First cousin as well.
Okay, it's the 29th of the 1st, 2016, and we have Anne Nancy Waters from Clover Meats. We have Breeda Hanley from O'Mara's. We have Hilda Murphy from O'Mara's. And we have Olive Curry from O'Mara's. And we have Mary Costello from Clover Meats.
We might make a... We still given our single names when we were working there. We were in those names.
You can do that now if you want.
Oh, we weren't actually.
Because nobody knows about that. Nobody
wouldn't know.
Do you want to give your original name, your maiden name?
Yeah.
Do, definitely, yeah. So Nancy, we might start with you because I'll remember then which way we're going. So what was your maiden name?
Fitzgerald. And Nancy Fitzgerald.
And Nancy Fitzgerald, okay.
Just give Nancy Fitzgerald. Everyone knows you by Nancy.
Yes, yeah. Christy.
Yeah.
But you've always got
Yeah, no one knows by Nancy.
It's the same, yeah.
I'll write that
Sure,
down.
but you know the same, Nancy Fitzgerald, our cousin.
And my name is Nancy Waters now.
Yeah, so Fitzgerald. So Nancy Fitzgerald. I'll just write that down so that I remember.
Yeah.
To put Nancy on there and...
She put down both.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to give your maiden name,
Yes,
Breeda?
McCarthy.
McCarthy, lovely. You can keep going, Hilda.
Breeda.
What?
Breeda.
Oh wait, but you cut out yours as well.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were saying your name was Breeda.
That's what I thought. Here it was Breeda McCarthy.
Here it was what?
You can talk anything you like.
You know, the years.
Hilda, what was yours?
Redden. R-E-D-D-A-N.
Redden, lovely.
We have
Olive
Fitzgerald.
No, and
Mary Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Mary, I remember that's Mary Fitzgerald. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, so Nancy, do you want to maybe go first, maybe of where you started and when you started?
I started when I was 16. And I ended up when I getting married, but we couldn't go back to work. We had to give up our jobs.
I went back, I could go back.
No, we couldn't work anymore.
You couldn't go back either, you couldn't, Breeda.
And when I was finishing the truth
gone
up
to
on the
England.
bench and put me into a sack, myself and the girl the half and we couldn't get out of the sacks.
What did we do for a laugh?
But only for a laugh, we were leaving. But I started in the sausage house and I vacuumed the hams and I finished up packing for the vans.
That's what I did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
That's it.
Breeda, can I ask you, what does vacuum, sorry Nancy, what does vacuum the hams mean?
You go to the machine and they're in a plastic bag.
Vacuum packed
hams. And you just put them on the machine and you vacuum them.
Receive
them
them.
fresh.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
The receipt then, you see.
Very good. And when you sealed them, were they for use in Limerick or were you
They
exporting
were
them?
exported and
They were ready for
ready
sale then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where were you exporting to, do you remember?
Omar is exported to Russia.
Okay, Hilda.
They belonged before our time.
And it seems that
and they had a factory over there. They sent pork butchers over there to show the Russians
Maurice was one of those.
how to cure the hams.
And where in Russia was it?
Yeah.
Hilda, where in Russia was the factory?
I don't know.
You
You'd
don't
have
know?
to ask one of the lads now. They'll be able to tell you that.
Yeah. But it seems the Queen in England would
Limerick ham
have
was...
a Limerick ham all the time.
Limerick hams were known all over the world.
No, the Queen used to have a Limerick ham.
Yeah.
Limerick.
That's mad.
They were.
It was not like the Limerick.
It was famous. Wasn't it? It was famous.
Oh, yeah,
the Limerick.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
What do you think made it famous?
The quality of it.
And the way they used to.
And all the locals worked there and all,
you know. The way it was presented.
Yeah.
I mean, all the
It was all
families
kind of
worked from
carved
the
off
older
like
one
that.
down, didn't they?
It was known all over the world.
Yeah. Do you remember anything of the curing of it?
Well,
Did you-
my uncle used to do all the curing of the bacon down in O'Mara's.
Okay.
Down in there. Remember the ice houses?
That's right, yeah.
He had to do all that. Big tanks, massive tanks. You know where the parking place is now, Tony Clark's in Rocher Street?
Yeah.
That was
That's what's
O'Mara's. Thomas Street.
Yeah.
That was O'Mara's. the
Onto
old block.
that building there,
But
yeah.
down underneath that, there was big, massive iron tanks. And that's where all the after the killing, the pigs and things just be rested on the loft, the big loft,
Yeah.
for a day or two. And then the
come along the
butchers
line.
come along and they'd cut out what they wanted, like, you know, all the offal and things. And that then they'd go down into the carcass, then go down into the shoe, down into all these vats of pickle for to preserve the hams. And then we had the smokehouse across the way. Do you remember the smokehouse? Where they used to smoke their own bacon.
Yeah.
Across, and we'd all go over the little bicycles. Remember, we'd be trying to warm ourselves.
Very warm over there.
In the smoking house.
The killings.
We did.
Yeah,
we
I was working the
killings. We
killings.
were raffling up around the killings.
It's very unusual for
I used to do
females
the
work
fete.
killings.
Remember
The fete.
Well, there was one man who was a big man, Walsh was his name. Remember him? I didn't like when he used to be there at all.
They'd have to pass the meat. They'd
Yeah.
have to pass the pig, like.
Yeah,
We'd have to hold
scarcing
the pig
kidneys,
first.
he'd test them, like, you know,
have
down
to
with his
hold,
kidney.
And what did
And
you
they'd
do to
pass
test
on
them?
then to
Put a
me.
stamp on it, like, to make sure that they were okay, like, that there was no
They were
disease in them.
passed, yeah.
It was all different sides. Then they'd go along so fast.
And then
Remember the piggy
they'd
behind
take
it
out,
on it.
remember the kidneys and the
Yeah.
skirts and kidneys,
Yeah.
they'd be taken out, and you might be working there
I used to work there, yeah.
cutting off the
That was a big
skirts.
dinner
By
they used to
mine,
do now
Mr. Mine, what's his name?
That was a big dinner they used to do in Limerick. Skirts
Charlie
and
Moynihan,
and
yeah.
kidneys.
Do you
We
ever
will
hear
come
them?
back to that. I've heard of them.
Charlie
He
Moynihan,
was,
a man worked above, he was a Yang.
He was a Yang.
He used to take out the skirts and kidneys, they'd be all together in a lard, we'll call them, you know, and he trumped me then, and I'd cut off the skirt.
That was Breeda Murphy's job for years.
Yeah, I done
when
it
I
then.
was down
And the kidney, I cut the kidney
When I
like
was
that and
down
take off the
killing
skin.
them, I was holding the
You
pig.
hold the pig
And what did you do with them?
They sold them then.
But like, are they sold just loose in a packet, or were they mixed in with something, or
What just to do with them, Hilda, when they were all done? Put them into boxes instead of barrels.
like the skirts and kidneys?
Oh,
Were they sold
put into- They
together?
were put into a freezer then, and people would
yeah.
come along then and buy them.
You can still
Just
buy
as a, like, I'll go in
With
and
a
buy
place
it.
downstairs, you see in
worked on the
Holsdale, the
scale.
two of us
Yeah.
just worked
We
down
worked
there.
on the scale,
Okay.
and we'd sell them to the shopkeepers.
So they
had a shop.
come into us for them.
Okay.
Mars had a shop at the corner.
Yeah.
Richard Ray's
And
was called.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, that was
I've
where
heard
we
of
found
Richard
out.
Ray's.
And we were all raised on pigs. We had O'Mara's.
We had O'Mara's.
These names I've heard of.
Yeah, and tail. You squint to the pot and boil them.
Everyone seems to love the toes though.
Mrs.
No,
Bracken,
and skirts and kidneys was-
Bracken from Nicholas Street. She used
Like
to
a
come in.
stew now, and it was only
Mikey
gorgeous.
Groffin and
We
Wonder
lived on it when we were
Strike a few
young.
drinks.
9
You can
o'clock.
still buy skirts
And you can still
I
buy
know.
skirts and
And is it good for you? Is there something particular about the skirts and kidneys?
A
stew.
Yeah, the inside of the meat, we'll say it looks like a skirt, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's gathered.
We used to have great laughs and all. You know,
Okay, yeah.
Because it
Oh,
was like a
yeah.
little kilt inside the meat, shaped like that.
Yeah.
But it was rippled,
Yeah.
and that
Oh, yeah.
was the skirt.
The skirt
That was the skirt.
So that was basically for a stew.
Yeah.
That makes stew.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, and
And
you
then you said the pigtails.
pigtails and toes boiled.
Yeah, that was later on. We got those.
Mary Ryan, do you remember?
business-
Yeah, but before that,
We used to have
Yeah.
every Friday.
And it was like a treat.
I don't
Yeah.
Chris Fitz was bringing
And
on.
would that be, can I ask,
Chris
Chris
Fitz
now,
and
fish and
I
chips?
was unheard.
Well, we
Yeah.
very
And
rarely
it's
go
gone,
fish.
it's
We
come
very,
hard.
very rarely go fish and chips.
Yeah.
My mum and her friend used to go down to Donkey's.
Yeah,
Donkey's used to have a table and chair
So many
inside
the
the
sausages, yeah.
Twin
The sausages, okay?
and they used to
remember one day
Beautiful.
I was feeling very good.
get fish money and they'd go in and get the fish chips and peas, mush and peas, and sit down and eat them there. It's much.
Yeah, no, the sausages.
And sit down and
So anyway, I went in.
And it's beautiful. Boil, a big boil of water, a big boil of water.
While you're working? And did you ever get caught or anything, or? No.
Small as you got like you would eat 9 sausages.
And what time, when did you start? What year did you start?
And you'd have to hide. We know our teachers come along because he used to whistle.
Yeah,
54. Okay, and you were there then until you got married?
53.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there was nothing like us.
We used to have to wear clogs.
Yeah,
And you get to
okay.
find skate down, do you remember?
Yeah. Oh, we used to be freezing.
The clogs?
Where we walked in for a while down the shop in the wholesale place, we used to have to wash, we used to go into the freezer, bring out all the things for the people,
house,
and our hands just get ice. So we used to have a bucket of water, hot water, to wash it, to get the heat into our hands.
Yeah.
We'd have a clog.
So what did you wear? So you wore your clogs.
Wore
Did
our
you have
clothes, a
socks
white
or tights?
overall we used to
our
wear.
father's socks and our
Yeah.
brother's socks.
Yeah.
And a white overall we used to wear.
And you did dress on underneath then. You didn't have
Oh,
trousers on. Or?
no,
No, there was
no more
nothing like
trousers.
that.
Nothing like that then.
No, it was nothing
Okay.
like that.
We didn't even, in O'Mara's now,
Yeah.
the wooden club, we didn't even have tea making facilities.
No.
No.
Very
And how
nice.
many people worked there that you didn't have that?
Oh, there was.
In O'Mara's,
It's good, huh?
no, for that. They used to bring in, women would bring in tea.
Cans of the car.
Aluminium
Yeah.
cans.
Yeah.
And give each, they had so many would take, so would say one person would give.
Between us, they might bring in one between
Five or
three.
six,
A cup,
you know.
maybe, like
And
4 or
they-
5 cups, like, you know.
Into
Then it's got big teapots. Remember that Mary Ryan?
Mary Ryan was gone then.
Were you gone then? Were you?
gone then,
Oh,
Mary
yeah.
Ryan
We
then.
got these big, huge teapots in.
we had
a
a
big
girl.
And we
boiler.
could make the
Big
tea inside. The
boiler.
girl didn't used to do that.
Yeah, that was a
With the
new
girl
thing
making
then.
Big,
Mary
huge
Ryan.
ones. And she used to fill up our cups
You
then.
pay
So in
Average,
O'Mara's then
yeah.
you had no facility.
This
Someone
was
came
when
in.
O'Mara's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in
then
Clover
we
Meat you had something.
But they were more upmarket than us.
Yeah, O'Mara's
A
was a
big
family.
family boiler.
Like
the things that fell down.
So Clover Meats, it was Clover Meats at the time, it wasn't Shaw's. So it was Clover Meats, so now you were...
No, Shaw's was gone at that
Was,
time.
yeah.
Right.
But
So-
Teeny Murphy used to make the tea in a big bunker boiler,
Yeah,
and she used to make the tea for us.
yeah.
And did you keep working while you had your tea, or did you
No,
stop for
we
tea
had a
break?
break.
We'd have a
They'd
break.
stop for your break. Yeah.
We used to have Grace for Tom O'Brien, used we?
Oh, yeah.
He used to lock us into the cloakroom. He locked us in one day, wouldn't let us
Paddy
on
Murphy.
the
What about Paddy Murphy? He was great.
But he took the key, the lock another day, then threw it up on top of the roof, because what about the day we used to knit a lot.
Knit?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
And
Don't you?
And Mary
bringing our
Ryan
knitting.
and Olive and myself, we were the 3 best knitters there. And I remember my uncle's wife, Breeda, she didn't know a needle from wool. And we were inside one morning, freezing cold, and there we were anyway, and Patsy Callahan and Breeda came in, and Mary was after leaving down knitting that she was doing. Actually, it was Aaron jumper she was doing at the time.
Breeda.
And she left it down. And Breeda,
Yeah, we were really.
Breeda took up the knitting in her hand, and she was looking at it. Next the door opened, and Lydia Mara walked in. I am so surprised with you, Breeda, he said, because Breeda wouldn't say boo to good.
She was very quiet.
Quiet.
He said,
And she was knitting it out.
She wasn't knitting it out. It was Mary. She couldn't say it was Mary Ryan's knitting. Give off the hours to Breeda and about Jack say nothing to her. She said to Mary Ryan.
And we just had 2 pipes going along there, keep swarming.
And her legs up on top
That
of
was
it.
all.
Another day then there was Patsy O'Callaghan, and Patsy, she was a little bit slow.
She
I shouldn't
was,
be saying
kind of.
this now because it can come up. But
No, don't say
you
that.
know,
Suzanne.
Patsy, no. Patsy came in and lifted up the knitting, and Mary was half raising the line, and Patsy came in, and instead of going straight on the line, she turned the knitting around,
Went the other way.
Sure, I was down where we used to work down the shop one day. I was down, and it's my sister Mary, and she'd be passing and she'd call in because the door was out onto the street, you know.
You're right.
And she was passing, she'd call me like, you know, and I'd go out and chat to her for a few minutes. And one day I was chatting to her, and who comes along with Jack?
Jack O'Mara.
Oh, the buffer.
Jack O'Mara. Well, he just stood.
And stared.
Go on, he says, go on. Put your hand in there and take it out of my pocket altogether. That's what you might as well do. Yeah. Well, she ran, of course, and nearly died. But that was all. Then he never held it against me or anything.
That's it, he just kind
That
of
was
said
it.
what he'd say and that was it.
And even Mickey O'Mara, he was lovely as well, wasn't he?
He was a snake.
What?
It's a snake, is what she said. Tell it like it is. Do tell it as it is. It's very
Hilda said that, no, not me.
No, he said that Mickey for listening.
She still likes her.
Yes.
No, I like Mickey.
Thank you, Beth.
Did you speak to any of the bosses of the... No, I have Michael O'Mara's details, but I haven't spoken.
He was lovely, he was. I liked him anyway.
That was family run, you see.
He left me work for 6 months after I get married.
Did he?
They weren't
supposed
to, were they?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
they weren't supposed to. And he left me work for 6 months. I don't know why, but he did leave me work for 6
That was
months.
a rule for every job.
I wonder why
You
though.
had to leave.
Because no married people used to work that time.
Make room for
But was your husband working? Was he still working?
He
then,
was,
and you were supposed to be at home then to mind the kids.
Yes, oh yes.
That was it.
No woman worked that time.
No.
But I worked for 6 months after and I got pregnant and I left.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
How did she work? And you done it?
Yeah.
Oh,
They had husbands, but it was before that rule came in, I think.
but their husbands would stay.
When did that rule come in,
No,
Hilda?
Lizzie Fitz's husband wasn't
Oh,
there.
it wasn't.
No,
I
he
don't know.
wasn't.
And Catherine Fitz's husband was alive.
That's right, yeah.
And Medj, they were all alive. All their husbands.
Yeah.
It must have been before that rule must have come in there for years.
I think
When
it was.
did it come in?
I think it was to get the girls to work.
The younger
Younger generation.
Do you think it was anything to do with wages?
No.
Well, they were only. They
And
didn't
I
have
get same wage.
wages then, of
The
course.
wages wasn't much.
That's only out a few years.
It was
Isn't it?
very
Equal
small, the wages.
Not too long back, yeah.
Yeah, the wages was very small, sure.
For the work.
We get a bonus
The
then.
coldness and the work.
You used to get a bonus in the summertime, was it?
In
Christmas
June,
time.
Christmas,
Yeah.
What was the bonus in the summer
got a
for?
bonus at Christmas. I never got
Yeah,
a bonus.
Christmas.
We used to
and
get a
summer.
bonus Christmas.
And you all worked in the same
I
place?
know.
Yeah, you used to get it anyway.
All of these women picked up her money.
She used to what?
I never got a
But
bonus at
you
Christmas.
work on the
Did Hilda, you
No,
had to-
Everything she got?
Everything.
No, no.
I remember the bonus
Shilling,
in June,
shilling, yeah.
because we used to have to
And
go
that
up
might
with
add up to
Callahan.
go on to down.
And how
You
many
couldn't
was
go
in the
into
family?
And you wouldn't be
There
served.
was
Girls
all
on their own.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
used to go
Yeah.
Christmas.
John Martin.
I don't
and
The
Martin
only
Six.
thing that my
And was
father
married
able
before
to
as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
When
so that's
Richard
why
Tony
they
got
married,
married,
got the
yeah.
job.
I sure you got
Yes,
no,
and then
never
everyone
got
gets
it.
a job
I've
down
never
along.
heard
Mary
of it.
gets someone else
The
the job,
only
someone
thing
else
my
gets someone else
father
the job.
got
And what age
Christmas.
did Mary start?
Your father was very young, wasn't
was
she?
a-
She was starting to
was
work
a
first when she was
half-
13,
a
cleaning a house out in
pig.
Innes Road.
That was
Yeah.
her Christmas
And the
bonus.
lady said, called her in one day,
That
and
was
she
her
says,
Christmas bonus.
she says,
My
"Come in now,
father
Mary,
worked in
she
my
told
father's
me,
right,
she said,
right.
I was giving you a
And
penny.
Tony Madden worked
Tony
on
Madden
the
worked on the penny.
Yeah.
And Tony
Yeah.
Tony Madden.
Yeah.
She says, the true
Tony
Mary,
Madden.
she told
Yeah.
me home and giving the money to her mother.
Yeah.
And she said, I want to increase
Frank
wages.
together
So she
was
increased
very
wages.
Frank,
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she was 13, started getting
Minimum
Oh my
wage then.
God,
It was
it was very good.
It was horrible. He opened
Those
his own
things
It was hard on that.
Very hard. Oh,
Yeah, so she eventually got into Clovers and
Yeah.
did her bits and pieces.
And what age was that?
What was his name? Jack Ryan, was he just 50 with the box?
She probably got in there before 16, 13
Yeah.
type of thing. Some people got in before because they
Jack
came
Ryan,
Not
just to make
Jack
me
Ryan,
her brick and she's a great worker.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
everything
that's
counts.
a lot of us in family then. And
Yeah,
yeah.
just who you know.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I suppose it is
That's
who-
like him.
who you know, and pulled the rope and
Yeah.
in
Who
the
had?
Jack Ryan, the
you
young
know.
Jack
Then he
Ryan.
lived in
It's more so
They
back
lived in
then.
Summer Street.
And that one, no.
And then they moved up to Prospect. Do you know where the Summer Street, what's it called?
Street.
There's the car park down there now.
But
Summer Street car park.
Across from St. John's Cathedral.
Yeah, I have an idea where you are. Yeah.
Yeah, and the car park is there on the right, they were on the left.
Yeah,
Their house
okay.
would be just there. Yeah.
We were next to the Tannery.
Yeah, yeah.
The tannery was there and we were right across the road there. The Tanyard went and fired then. What? Yeah. So all the rats and all came out in our house and all had rats in them.
When was that? When
And we
the
got
tannery
moved
went
out
fire?
then.
When was that?
That was what year was that? Martin was young anyway, wasn't he?
Order. And I'll get him there.
Mary's pal was Anne Hartnett and Anne Hartnett was going home. And Dad went downstairs to call out the door to her and he saw the smoke.
All right.
And
She is, yeah.
we
She
were
said in her.
My brother and myself were running, and I was after somebody getting me a coat. We were after getting it from America, and I had it over my shoulders, and I dropped the coat, and I was roaring, crying, "Mum will kill me! Mum will kill me!
With the
Come back
coat?
and get the coat." My brother Timmy went back and got the coat
Yeah.
from it. We were running
Because my father saw the blaze,
Yeah.
smoke when he came out to the
Oh,
corner.
yeah.
My father worked there.
That's how I know, what's her name? Marie Murphy's sister.
Esther.
No, the youngest of them.
Christina.
No, the youngest girl. Monica.
Yeah.
She was
Oh,
born
Monica,
when
yeah.
the Tannery was on fire.
year was that?
I think around 19...
I think she's 64. Would she be 64, 65?
Oh my God.
Around 1950.
I know you said beginning, but you never think she was that, you know.
1949.
Can I ask if can you
Our age.
describe what either place was when you went in? What was it like when you went in? If a visitor was coming to the factory, what would it be like?
Visitors?
Yeah. If
no.
someone came in to see the factory, we'll just say, can you describe what it
No,
was
you
like?
keep on working.
Working should be no different.
What would your
What would
impression be of
Yeah,
the
that's
factory?
exactly it. Thank
It's
you.
very cold.
Dickens,
An awful
Dickens,
cold looking place. Always.
Was it all
Like
tiles or
something else.
concrete or?
No, later years.
There was
it
a few
was
bits of tiles here and there.
Later years,
It was
yeah.
mostly concrete.
It was like a thing
And
of
always
ridiculous
wet. The
filling.
floor was
Always
always
wet,
wet.
yeah.
Always wet on the floor.
Even there was the stairs going down to where we used to.
And
And it was so slippy. It was an iron stairs. We used to go down sometimes, and it was so slippy.
The iron stairs. Yeah.
No
And
wonder
is there any smell? Do you remember any smells?
No, you
Because
got
we
no
used to
smell
smell
inside.
anyway.
Yeah.
You didn't get much of a smell inside, but the smell
That's
was
it.
out in the street.
It was,
If
yeah.
you were
You were
passing, you
passing
get the
the
smell.
factory.
And what was it like? What was
Just
Still
got
got
you.
outside.
The smell was bad.
the dead decaying?
We'd have great laughter this winter, isn't it?
Oh, we had great. We had a great.
We used to have great
We used to have
sport,
great
isn't it?
sport.
The man that worked with us, he was kind of over us during the day, wasn't he? I know he wasn't a super fight Mikey. Oh, he was.
Mikey
Is this O'Mara again? Or?
Yeah, O'Mara.
No, Mikey.
No, it's when they got
Callahan.
Callahan.
Mikey
He's
Foreman.
dead now. And he had a baldy head.
Okay.
Bald head.
He used to say, Olive, I'm going over for a haircut, and I said to him, what hair, Mikey? And he said, oh, it's a bit there at the back, he's going for a drink.
He came in one Monday morning. He was in before us. He was downstairs and what he was doing. We went down. I said, good morning, Mikey. He said, and I looked at her, do you remember? He said, what's wrong with him? We thought he used to go out drinking and we thought he was sick from drink the night before. The next thing I said, Mike, I said, what's wrong with you? And I said, yes. She said, you're very off this morning. Come here, he said. Who wrote that? You opened the door out onto the street and written across the door was you bald the Arab. And he
I remember that.
We were after doing it.
That's right. Because we used to bald in on him, you know. Could say anything to him.
Bald the Arab.
And his two sons worked there as well then.
And his son then turned out to be a foreman, wasn't he? Mikey?
Mikey, he did, yeah. And his other son actually is there, Frankie. He was lovely. Oh, he was
wasn't he?
Myself and him was getting
He stood for my Jared.
Frankie did he? Myself and Frankie.
There was a time they were like that.
We used to go down to that place.
And he was killed. He was killed down the hill.
Breeda.
Jerry Spirit.
Oh, there.
Do that.
Myself and Frankie said we used to go down to, you know, I said, no.
Down to, what's
Down
it
to
name?
Cooper's.
Coopers, down underneath.
What is this? Say that again.
The Coopers.
They were like that too. He used
So
to shout.
when I was getting married, he says to his mother told me afterwards, when I was the day I was getting married, and we said the day before, he said to his mother, no, Olive won't go through with that. I was mad about him now, but as a friend, like, you know.
Jimmy went to England, worked, and do you remember? And yourself and Frankie speak.
I know.
Talking for hours. We had great. We used to be freezing. We'd be like blue bottles,
We had good
but we had
times.
great. We had great. We really enjoyed
You go home, you put your legs up in the fire.
So what time did you start then?
8, we finished it
at 1.
and go back again at 2.
Okay.
Half
5.
And we worked Saturday night, but then we got
eight to
worked
1.
till 7 then, from 5:30 to 7. And that
banger.
the banger.
Got a banger.
That's the
Like
overtime.
a bit
overtime.
bonus is this,
Yeah, and then you could work, you go home at 5:30 and go back at 6:30 until 10 was
yeah,
half
10.
10. And that was
That's
called,
going up to Christmas.
what was that
time.
called? Triangle.
Triangle, yeah.
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd work at 10, that was really,
Did you get extra money then
Oh,
from
yeah.
half
You
6
would,
to 10 or?
You'd have to work on
Time and a half we
Saturday.
skipped, that was
Half
it.
day every Saturday.
And half day was 8 to 1?
8 to half
Yeah.
12, is it?
maybe half 12.
First we were there first, that was all in the week's wages. There was no overtime for Saturday.
Oh no, that wasn't overtime.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then we
no,
did-
that was overtime.
That wasn't overtime.
Yeah.
Saturdays weren't overtime.
no.
Okay.
6 days a week you work.
Probably
crazy.
a bit more in your wages
Yeah,
for Saturday,
yeah.
you know.
I don't think so.
As the years went by, I
No,
think.
it was made up, I mean, originally.
Yeah, everybody worked 5.5 days a week.
Saturday,
that
yeah.
time,
That time,
you know.
okay. I was going to ask something there now, it's gone out of my head. Oh yeah, when you'd go home after your normal day and you came back in again, what would you be doing that would be different than if you were there for a normal day? Or do you continue on?
They'd be busier, there'd be nothing different.
You go home at 1 o'clock like
No, if you were
No, but
doing
if like say for example, a normal day was 8 to half 5. If you came back in after, what were you doing?
Oh, you
then?
could do the same
Same
thing.
work.
Whatever they needed,
busy,
like, you
you
know.
see.
Be busy, so
They
you'd
were
have to get
busy.
an order out or so.
We used to be in the lard loft,
Yeah.
Okay.
and we'd be weighing the lard and packing it. And they used to say the lard was great for your hands, and we'd be rubbing it.
And where were you sending the lard to?
The lard was being put into boxes and it was sold all over England and wherever, England, Dublin, all over Ireland.
Okay.
And it was the only thing you could make chips with was the lard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Donkeys used to do the lard
chips.
This is a flavour, is it?
Yeah.
And is it used for anything else? It's just a
It's
fat, isn't
just
it?
fried.
Everyone's chip pan used to be just
And for
lard,
roasting.
and then you'd heat it up into go into
Yeah.
oil and
And
then
the
go back to
the
lard.
black and white
Oh, the
puddings.
black and white puddings
Oh,
were.
yeah.
You could eat them after they.
They were
You
beautiful.
could. They were actually.
They were cooked, yeah.
They were
Yeah.
cooked.
They'd eat them raw.
I still would
eat
eat
them
them
raw?
black and white.
Yeah. Well, they
And
were
they still
raw.
no, they weren't raw. They were
They
cooked.
were cooked.
But even the ones now like aren't great.
You can eat them.
But they're different.
My
There's no
brother came in the
butchers
other day and he
now.
said, that like it's don't.
Yeah.
Oh, don't.
I would, I'd eat a bit.
There's
Yeah.
no poor butchers now.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Teresa and Chris was home. My daughter was home from England one time, and I was up doing a fry one in the mornings. And Chris says, "What's your mother do?" And so she was like, "Why couldn't you cut and eat it?" He nearly got sick. Couldn't believe it. God, you're cooked already.
They're cooked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat it like
I
that.
would,
Yeah.
I would.
They're cooked.
I would, I still would.
The lads used to come along looking for them on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
They'd be sick after
Sausages,
the
of course.
course.
Sausages.
Yeah.
And do you ever remember when they were on the bars and the trolleys and you had a cloth to clean the skin on them?
We used to have to do it with the black pudding.
Yes,
because
yeah.
do you remember the white just to come out, the
Come
salt
out,
to come out,
yeah.
and you'd put lard.
Yeah.
Say that
Rub
again,
the
Hilda.
lard in.
Sorry, say that again.
The black puddings, after a while, the salt would come out on the black skin.
On white, like.
Right.
And before they'd be sent out to the shops, then we'd be sent over
Yeah, to clean
with
them
the
up.
lard,
Yeah.
and you put the lard round
Just
it,
give it a
clean
sheen
off.
again and
Yeah.
takes off the salt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you take off the salt, and you put your little label on it.
Mickey Duggan didn't work in the
You'd have a
sausage
lovely
shop.
machine
She used to do
Yeah.
and the
sausages.
black pudding.
Okay.
I always remember he was a great
Were you allowed to buy stuff inside there in the? Were you allowed to buy stuff in there for bringing home or
Oh,
anything?
yes.
Oh, you were.
You could go
Yeah.
down to the shop and
And,
buy
So
it.
he's trained.
And were you given a
the
special
same.
price
What
or
his
did you have to
friend-
pay what
he
you
Get a discount.
Would you?
like you would,
His
yeah.
name was on the
Yeah.
drink. And he
Yeah.
Go down and buy a bit of
give up
waffle
the
or
drink
a
one
rib
day,
or
just
something.
Yes.
Each day. And then he give it a bite to
Yeah.
get back to the shop.
You can still get skirts and kidneys and all those yet.
Where?
You can buy a
Most butchers would have them.
Mo- do
What?
they?
buy a pig's head
Yeah.
still.
Which I never
You
had
can.
seen that.
Like, what's his
You
name?
can,
By
yeah.
George Ingles.
Oh, yes.
Those, yeah.
And you could
Dennis
buy,
goes up there now for
you
and
could
gets
buy
iPhones
some of
for
the
us.
stuff at weekend or whenever at maybe cost price.
We were saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hams now Christmas. you
That was
can-
only told me.
discount.
Yes, we get it.
Oh yeah, you get the hams. You could get them for friends and all. You
Yeah.
know.
Okay. What were like your diets like normally? Was it everything just meat then, or
To meet
like I know
every
we have
dinner.
massive selection now?
The
or-
bacon factories at that time fed the whole of Limerick, fed the whole of Ireland.
They did.
It was all boiled dinners,
might have
not
a bit
like
of
now.
that.
It was all what?
You know, you wouldn't be getting curries or anything like
Everything
that.
was in one
No,
lot.
there was
Yeah, but
none
this
of
is
that.
stew now, all right.
Stew, yeah.
Or there's a
Stew.
steak.
Bacon
But
and
other than that,
cabbage
was all.
And you had bacon
bacon,
choice.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
bacon, yeah.
Motels, tours.
Yeah,
all those.
eyeball,
So it was just
breast
mainly
buns.
meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
And
roast pork steaks,
vegetables.
remember
Yeah,
the
your
pork
veg,
steaks
yeah.
roasted. You'd
It's a pork sticks this Sunday.
you put where you put the
Pork sticks
in
Sunday.
the
Pork sticks in the steer.
Oh, yeah.
stuff that
And you mean
And it was
steer
good,
was
that was a Sunday dinner,
Yeah.
pork
Yeah.
steak or Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then another lovely dish was corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, Silverside.
Silverside.
I think we still
That
have
one, you wouldn't get that in the factories. That was
No,
Yeah, you
that
buy
was the
that-
beef. That was the beef.
yeah.
Pork
Yeah.
butchers.
When they come
butchers.
home now, Teresa or Sharon comes from Sweden or Teresa comes from England, they love that.
Yeah.
The day they come home out of that.
What is it? Corn?
Corned beef.
Silverside.
Silverside.
It's
corned
beef.
Ah, you can buy that.
It's just
all.
lean beef.
Can, yeah.
Cattle
Lean
beef.
beef.
And you can still buy that.
They pickle it. They pickle it.
It's more expensive
Yeah.
than the other
Salted.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd have cabbage.
And you make the
turnip
brawn
with it.
as well.
That's right, yeah.
It's like salty.
Well,
It's very pinky looking
Yeah,
meat.
ours
I
was
all
don't
fat
like it now.
used to
My
make
uncles,
over meats.
when they go up every Tuesday to John and Martin, sometimes they'd have it years ago.
Yeah.
And
He still does.
He still have it.
But it's not as nice.
Go ahead.
No, it's
Yeah.
not a lot
And
of
they used to,
oil
my
thing
mother
in
used to
it.
bring some
Grizzle
home.
like
We
you know.
had Tuesday. It was beautiful.
And this was brawn.
Brawn, yeah. It's kind of like a ham slice.
okay.
You have it as a sandwich.
That nice thing.
Loved
Just be
it.
lovely.
Yes.
I
Loved
had a bit
it.
of corned
Yeah.
beef and I had a bit
It's
of
very
brawn
pink.
yeah.
You get in a
Tuesday.
butcher's now
Oh
still.
yeah, it's every treat tries to come
For a bit of brawn, just a
Thank
slice to
you.
see.
When we were young,
I don't know, Dunn's and those kind of places do, but a butcher's would do it.
And it was in
Yeah.
a big Kind of
Very salty, but it's my mother
and
used
it
to love it.
Oh yes, yeah.
Just be beautiful.
And the cut it thick then, isn't it, at
The
time?
bacon today isn't as nice.
No, not as nice
Full of
now.
water.
You see, there's people
It's
doing
not
that
tasty
they haven't
now.
a clue of how to cure. The meat isn't being cured properly.
It's not.
There's no poor butchers there.
No. It has been slaughtered and thrown out to people like...
coming in off the street.
What about what's his name? Michael Sheehan. He has a place, hasn't he?
He hasn't. He
His
gets,
son
he
has
gets
it now.
those made up in Dublin.
What did I say?
Sausages and
Yeah.
sausage and that.
Yeah.
I know Loughlin's
Jerry
butcher's
Sheehan
top
died,
William
yeah?
Street now. He has his own
Has he
farm
still
and he
got
farms
to-
his own
He does.
animals and
Yeah.
stuff.
Johnny does.
And he lives out
That'll
near
be
us.
beef.
But
then,
Jerry
I
has
think.
a,
Yeah.
does he work
Would
with the
be
sausage place?
bacon as
Do you
well.
know- He used to
Well,
make
he,
the sausages,
I know he
yeah.
knows where his
Yeah.
horses
See,
sit
that
from.
place?
He's,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
No, that's gone years. Johnny
And I
used
have
to
to
put
say
him
I've
in
got
that.
to meet there a
Alright.
couple of
What's
times
his
now.
name?
and It
McManus?
is, it is lovely, I have
Yeah.
to say.
Do you know where the
Yeah.
meat came from?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
the pigs were coming from? Was it
They used to have
local
their
or?
own
Farmers and
All the
people used to
local
rear them.
farmers.
Yeah.
People used to rear them down at Lunker Street, and
Yes,
anyone that
Lunker
had a
Street.
back would rear them.
In their backyards.
And how many pigs would they rear?
They often kill 500.
Yeah, 500
They often
a
kill
day.
500
The
now,
only
Mara.
day-
Yeah. Probably kill more than
They
that.
just-
The only day they wouldn't kill was Good Friday.
Yeah, no.
And then we had a pork butcher's day,
Oh,
the
yeah.
15th of August.
Get day off. It was mass.
Mass.
Women had to work that day.
No, I that was,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah,
St.
that was
John's
on
Cathedral.
Strike.
Yeah, that was on strike.
And did women work that day or was everyone off?
No, everyone
Everyone
worked
was off.
off.
There was a strike
No,
years
not
ago
everyone,
when we were-
No.
I
The
thought it was-
sausage meat used to work, the sausage
Is there?
factory, they used to
I
work.
thought that was
Just
a-
the pork butchers, and some of them couldn't give up. Jerry Sheehan, now they couldn't, they had to stay around because they were
Oh, I
making
thought-
sausages and things.
Well,
Yeah.
years
But
ago
most
there
of
was
them
a
would.
strike,
Most of them.
and it was fixed on the strike.
The
It was
15th
on
of
for
August,
weeks.
yeah,
The
it
strike
was
was
the
fixed on the
Bishop of
15th
Limerick.
of August.
Bishop O'Dwyer.
On
Bishop
Our
of
Lady's
Limerick.
Day, and
And
that's why they didn't
yeah,
work then
and there's a
anymore.
beautiful
Never
painting.
killed pigs on
They have a
it.
lovely
They never
altar
killed pigs on it.
in St.
no,
John's.
they never
St.
killed
John's.
pigs, but
Yeah,
they,
lovely
it's a
altar.
beautiful painting.
Oh, and
No,
they
the
Celebrate
altar,
every
They never
St.
killed
John's.
pigs.
August the 15th.
Oh,
Good Friday.
The
Oh, I
Slave
know,
Church,
it's like that.
they have a
Yeah.
mass
It's a massive
down there.
Good
yeah.
Friday.
Massive.
There's been no
Just
killing.
beside it,
Few and far
There's been no
between,
killing
and
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 it's all
this
like
meeting
Good Friday.
in Jerry O'Dee's.
They used.
Just for that day, like.
yeah.
Do you know, to have a drink and chat.
Yeah.
Do you get much holiday time now?
Got 2 weeks holidays.
2 weeks holidays.
For the summer or Christmas or
For
whatever?
Christmas we get a few days.
2 weeks in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Did you go anywhere? Would you have gone anywhere?
We did, we go on our
That
excursion.
was the day out.
So they-
We go away for a fortnight, Hilda.
So where was this
We
Hilda?
wouldn't have the money to go away for a
We
fortnight.
didn't have the money to go.
Day-
No, we'd only go 8 days, belly
Go
bunny
into-
and
yeah.
We'll
Lahinch,
go to
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Go away
We'd
for
go
a
to
day.
Saint-
So when we got married to Galway, we went for our
Yeah.
honeymoon.
Aw, that's lovely though.
Where did you go?
I went up to the big smoke.
Where did you
Cold
go
cheese.
on your honeymoon?
Galway, I think.
I went to Galway.
And I
Where
went
did your mom, where did Mary go?
Galway's where she
Galway. Very good.
Galway.
And what were your wages like?
Our wages?
Yeah.
Can't
I
remember.
started at £2.16 shillings and 4 pence.
£2, 16 shillings and
I
4
couldn't
pence.
remember
She's a
that
great
now.
age.
We ended
I
up
wouldn't
with
remember
3
that.
something, did
Yeah.
we?
We'd up a little bit then.
Yeah.
Not very much.
No,
Not very
no.
much, Nancy.
And we used to develop most of that at home, didn't we?
Yeah, give up most
And what
of
would
it.
you give, why would you contribute it to at home?
We had
There
to.
was
We
nothing
were
at
sent
home.
out to work. I mean, our parents said
We wouldn't
nothing,
keep
I
the
mean.
wages like they do now.
Everyone had
No.
to.
Everyone, you had to work then.
Even if we got a bonus, you give it to.
You
Got
get
back
so
what
much
they
back
wanted to
then.
give you back.
Get the price of dance and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
So you were helping your mom with
Yeah.
the family or
Give
something?
my mother now, used to be our bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there was some girls now, they used to
Buy
just have
furniture.
picked out what they'd buy out of their bonus.
Well, they were better off than us, Olive.
But
Yeah.
I left and I went to England in 1961, and I couldn't
went
get
to Slough,
over.
didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over the way the girls their wages. There was no such thing as handing up wages, and they were out in flats and all.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Get over
understand
it,
that.
yeah.
Out in flats?
Yeah,
Like
they,
living in-
like they
Yeah.
are now. Do you know the way when they're at
They don't go in
they
apartments
leave
and
the
that,
home
like,
and go to flats. I couldn't
yeah.
get over that. There was nothing like that here.
Was
at
it
that
no,
time.
sure,
very
they lived
different.
your mother till they were 40 or 50.
You were,
yeah.
You know,
Or
people
until
that
you
never
got
married that
married,
still
like,
stay at
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Oh, they were at home all
Enough
the
to
time,
never
yeah.
married that still stay at home. their parents.
Did Mary Ryan never marry, did she?
Didn't.
Oh, she did.
She did.
She did, she married Michael. What's his
And she
name?
broke up from him.
She did.
Never
yeah.
forget
Get up
her.
from him.
The girl we used to work with.
Never.
Okay.
No, she's I was down.
The two of them are dead now, aren't
Yeah, I was down in St. John's one night and she was there.
And to go, Mary?
She said, I
want to go?
Okay, Mary.
I'm going now.
Go on, get on your jacket.
Go
Go on.
on.
I'm going to
Going down to me.
I am. I'm
No,
not
she
sure.
said, we're going for meat as our anniversary.
And I'll just pause for 1 second. Yeah.
No,
sorry.
The minute you came in the door, you had to join
in our factory in O'Mara's.
In O'Mara's.
Mary Duggan, later years, you were gone with
No, what's his name is
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan was then what they call him, the steward.
Jack Ryan, who was Jack
No,
Ryan?
there was another name, not the steward. What steward? Something steward. He used to collect the money for the union. Jack Ryan.
I can't remember.
Remember Jack?
I can't
You
remember.
do married to Patsy Callahan's
Married to
sister.
Tina Callahan.
Oh,
He's been down to Piggery. He's been down with his
He used
father-in-law.
to collect
Yeah.
Down to Piggery.
Yeah. But down with
I don't
Budgie.
remember paying it, but I thought it
Yeah.
stopped out our wages actually.
No.
No, we
No,
used to
it's
pay
a
Jack
big
Ryan.
difference.
No.
She used to go
I
down
do.
somewhere and give over.
No, this man
No,
in
he'd
the
come
factory
round.
come round. and
I
collect
remember
every
my
Friday.
father's now. I used to go down with his.
We'd go down to the
up
rooms.
to
That
the
was,
rooms.
that was the room money. That
That
was
was the room money. That was a different thing.
They still had to
Alright.
pay this
Yeah.
as well.
We didn't pay that, so.
We did.
No, we didn't pay
Pay
the
anything
room.
into the room.
No, not the
no,
women,
we
the
paid-
men.
yeah.
The men,
We
the
paid
boys.
the-
What's
with the
what's
room?
the
That was
box?
their society. The
Room.
room
They
was the
paid so
college,
much
an
every week.
office.
That's what we call
To
it, the
use
room.
our room, is
An
it?
office.
No,
No.
They had an office in there.
Butchers
They had.
and they had to pay so much every
They had a
week.
poor
Oh, yeah.
society.
Yeah.
They used to
Overhead
call
the
it the
sex
room
zone.
money.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
they
the
call it
room
the
money.
room money, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
confused
you were
me
gonna-
there.
Yeah, and then you'd say, well, you could go down to the rooms and pay that.
Oh, was that
You
it?
know.
The room money?
Yeah,
Was
the
that
room
where it
money,
came
yeah.
from?
Yeah,
Okay.
the room
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Right.
We were
The
going up to the
society.
room.
To pay for
Yeah.
their
Do you know where
society.
Kitten's Jewellers is in O'Connell
Yep.
Street, Willow Street?
Overhead
that
there.
was it, overhead
there.
there.
Overhead there,
But
yeah.
it was the Saxon Shoe Company at the
Saxon.
time.
They had a room up there in
And they had the
every
top part of
Saturday,
it then.
Right.
Before that it was down by the granary
Yeah.
in Bank Place.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I have a photograph actually in one of his books going down memory lane
All right.
of the
Yeah.
Port Butcher
Down.
Society.
Right.
Very
And the-
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Georgia Judges.
Georgia Judge, yeah, he used to take the money.
They pay so
When
much
somebody
every week
died,
for their
then
society.
you'd have to give an extra shilling or something.
Yeah.
What? A levy, they used to call
Levy,
it.
yeah.
For, you know,
Why,
to make
if someone
a collection for the people.
I think
Oh,
they used
right.
to give something
Collection.
when they died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had this society, and if we said it was all family, your father had to be a pork butcher before you could
You
be
could
pork
go in.
butcher,
Right.
Yes.
and carried on the
Yeah.
line. That's the-
And then
but
anyone
they had
after that, they were called Yanks.
Yanks if they
They'd be
Yeah.
brought in
Yeah.
for a few months of the year.
But if they didn't pay their money,
They'd be
say,
stopped going
if,
to work.
we'll say my husband, I went to England with me in 1961, and his father paid not a same amount, a fraction of what they'd have to pay every week
Keep the
Yeah.
book
to
open.
keep his name on the book.
Right.
And we came back from England, and he walked straight into that job. It was
Okay.
unfair, I'd be thinking at times, like, but
It was seniority, you say.
Yeah.
Kind of hold your place.
he was
Ranks
still a
was
hold your face.
yeah.
They really had it. They had it.
The sewn up.
Sewn up. They had.
Yeah.
They really had, even though it was a benefit to me. they
Yeah,
had.
of course,
They used
yeah.
to take in Yanks now, just call it,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And,
Busy.
My
Busy.
husband, when he was young, he went in there as a
Did
Yank
he?
for a few months. He
The
did.
clovers, did
Yeah.
they used to be nice to the Yanks, some
And
people,
then when
some
he
of
was
them.
when he was
They
a
weren't-
fitter, he worked there for 2 years
as well.
in
No.
Clover Meads. Yeah.
That's why I was like, they were nice to the
But
Yanks.
they had
you know,
it wrapped up.
Some of them.
They really had it wrapped up.
Oh,
You know,
they didn't like
they were-
the Yanks at all.
No.
So how much did you pay for the union? How much would they have
Can't
given out of
remember
the
that
rate?
now.
Only about a shilling. Was
Suppose
that?
so, that'd be
That's
all,
about
all it
it.
could be. wouldn't
That's
it?
all.
That's
But
all.
it was sixpence then if you weren't working.
We're out.
Yeah.
My father and I used to pay it from out.
And then sometimes if they didn't pay a certain few weeks, but say could relapse and wouldn't pay, they could be stopped from going to work on the Monday
Yeah, they
morning.
could,
They
yeah.
barred
So they didn't
them.
pay it.
Yeah,
It's
they
very
paid it.
strict,
Clear
isn't
up
it?
their account.
Do you remember anything about competition with other factories or?
No,
No, not really, no.
You see, what
no.
would happen, we'd say if O'Mara's were busy and there was pork butchers idle that came from
They'd
Clover Mills
They
or from
come in.
Matterson's, they could go into O'Mara's, they could swap around
They could,
factories,
yeah.
Well, they
you
could
know,
work in anything.
if they were needed,
Part
like,
of
you
the
know.
union,
Yeah.
They were butchers, like.
Very good.
And all their
And they
sons
wouldn't now, they
automatically
couldn't
became
take any
butchers.
yank
They couldn't?
if there was a
If there was
butcher
a butcher
idle.
idle,
Okay,
no,
oh, yeah,
there'd be
yeah,
a strike.
Okay.
And all their sons and their daughters could just go in there.
automatically, the sons went in once their
All
father was a
they'd have
butcher.
to say to will just say, my father said to me, get married now, my daughter's looking for a job. Send her down to me tomorrow. And then when I go down,
my aunt
come in
was the
tomorrow.
same with
Yeah.
me. I got my mother actually worked in a
Your mother
marriage.
was my
Did
mother.
she?
Did she?
Okay.
My mother, I don't remember.
We
There
were
was six of
that was
our-
before we were
There
born.
was 6 of our
So
family
you got
worked
jobs
there.
then because you knew someone that was in
Well,
there?
my father was
Your
there.
father.
Yeah, we all
My
worked there.
father was
Yeah.
there.
Three girls,
Reeda's
whole
aunt
lot
was
was
there.
worked
Six
there.
of us, yeah.
Man, four
Yeah.
You worked with Timmy,
Yeah.
and then Timmy and Mary, and I worked in with John and Martin.
Yeah.
and all
I
Mary.
worked with Patrick, my father and Patrick, and
Yeah.
my uncles, my 2 uncles, and first cousin at my mother's side, Tony Madden.
And your father and my father started
They were
work
great.
the same day.
That's right.
And they died a day between each
They
other.
did, and they're buried near one another.
Yeah,
yeah.
Second next door to one
Yeah,
another.
amazing.
Was
Where
up
is
there
this?
last
Where are they
week.
buried?
Mount
St.
St.
Lawrence.
Cemetery.
And a lot of people like myself now met
Husbands.
husbands and wives. in
Yeah, my mother met my
practice.
father there.
Yeah.
She had been in America and came home.
Amazing.
Yeah, I can remember you going
Yeah.
with Tony.
Yeah.
But you doesn't speak to each other at all inside, she isn't. And I can get to understand that. It's just they were strangers, wasn't it?
I forget that.
Yeah,
now.
I do. Do you remember
Your
that?
smile.
Pass one another out.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, it's
I
amazing.
suppose it's the right way, you know, not to be, you know.
And did you meet your husbands in there, or where?
No.
No.
Well, I kind of met Dennis there.
Was he in America?
You were in America?
He worked with Paddy Murphy and in the boiler house.
I never
yeah.
remember
He was
him
related to
there.
Paddy, was he?
First cousin.
All right.
I never remember.
Yeah, well, not when
Yes,
you
you
were
were
there, you
gone.
were gone.
Yeah.
But I never had much to do with him, kind of.
Yeah.
I was down to Tony Madden's, and one night my first cousin, Marianne, they were great friends. And I met him there and he walked me home, and that was it.
Did I leave before you? So I
You
did.
did, yeah.
Very good.
You weren't there after me.
No, I left in 61. I
Yeah.
went to
I
England.
left in 61. but
I left, what year did I leave?
You didn't know him.
62.
You were
And Murphy.
62, Olive. Okay.
62.
No,
Yeah,
and
Tony.
And what's her name, and Ryan.
Was it 62? Didn't seem like it. She doesn't look well.
Died
See,
there recently.
Tony.
later.
No, she
I was
was
6
gone.
months nearly pregnant on
And
Tony. Tony will be 50.
Levy.
Tony's
Castle
52
Barracks. She died
since
suddenly.
December.
No.
How long was
And you
that?
know,
55,
the man now
60.
from the Castle Barracks was a poor butcher.
Oh my God.
And
What'd you
I
say?
just see on the
55
paper,
years.
and his son-in-law
55
died, and
years
his daughter
married
had
in
died,
July.
and did you know,
That's fantastic.
I
Fahy.
would have been many years married.
Fahy.
Fahy,
Yeah.
what
Jimmy's
you
dead.
He was a butcher, below Fahy, Neddy Fahy.
Ah,
And
62.
his daughter was...
Lady Fahy.
62 I got married.
She lived in the tall house.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Jimmy
that's
died
Amelia,
in-
all that
yeah,
one.
Amelia,
Jimmy
her
was, my
husband
husband was only
died.
40 and he died.
She died years.
Cancer.
Years.
She knows.
That was her brother John.
But,
Do you know John?
No.
God,
Yes,
he was
I
gorgeous.
left
He came up from England
after
to meet
getting
her
married.
married.
When I was pregnant.
He was
I left.
lovely looking. But my aunt Nancy, my father's sister now, and
Did you go back to work?
lady
I did went
wife
back
were
for
great
6 months.
friends.
I don't know why, but I was let go back.
All right.
No one used to go back to that.
She was been
Get married after
years.
that.
She
Picture her now as a young one.
Let's get on great with
Picture as a
Nicky.
young one, I
Yeah.
know.
Which
is
stayed
good,
with her now on the
obviously.
same
Yeah.
She stayed now.
So I took me back for
She's
6
way
months. I had to
younger
leave
than
them
me
pregnant.
But I remember him, Neddy Fahy.
Yeah, Neddy, that's right. There was a lot of Fahys, you said. All cousins and brothers.
All right, I didn't know.
Fahy?
Mick Fahy. Do you remember
Oh, was
Mick
Mick one of them?
Fahy? First cousin of his again, yeah.
All right. Tony used to tell the story about
Old Steel Man.
Steel
That's
Man.
what
he
it's
was
called.
called.
What is it?
Steel Man. they used to
Steel
call
Man,
him.
but he was
Steel
a-
Man.
He was
Very thin.
He was so thin.
But he was a lovely singer, you see.
Right.
This
Oh,
is
he
the story now.
was.
Tony used to
Yeah.
tell this, Lord Mercy. Mick Fahy was
The
a lovely
opera.
singer. And one of the girls, was it Brenda Hines, worked with you?
Brenda and Evelyn.
Brenda was getting married, and she was looking for some
Someone to sing.
musical, someone to sing.
That's right, yeah.
And someone said to her, "Oh God, you should get Mick Fahy. He's a tenor." I mean, in my ears, she said, "Such a fella do it for 5 shillings." He's a tenor, and money.
That's been around a long time.
Do you remember Petty?
That was true.
That was true, but you know, do you remember Mick Fahy when he worked with us?
Yeah.
Breeda, he break her heart. He loved to write. He'd come in to do the work with us, and we were doing the work, his work and our own work. Do you
Well,
remember
he
all
was
the
right,
officers come down? He was right. And anyone that come in, what's your name? Where are you? What you want?
It's right.
Oh, that's how
And
they
the
went to
sweat
do.
would pour off in the summer.
He's come down when Mikey was out.
Mikey would be off. He'd
Oh,
come
yeah.
down. I said, steel man,
Oh.
Jesus. He's not using any steel here.
Steel, was it?
Steel man, that was his name.
The steel they used to use to sharpen the knife, and he was called Steel Man. I knew
Because he was so thin.
Some of the,
He was so thin that they called him steel man.
there were some of the nicknames were.
Paddy
in
Murphy
reference
didn't
to what
come
they
out
were
of
doing.
that and listen to.
Paddy Murphy
He
was
was
popular.
there.
Did
Paddy
he
used
have
to-
any nicknames, did he?
No.
No. It's just mainly men that had nicknames.
It used to be most. There was no women, was there, with nicknames?
No women.
Nancy was a nickname.
It was just families. It
There
went
were
down
so
in
many
families.
people.
It went
Yeah.
down in
With
families.
the same names, you
With the
see,
same
and they
names
had
that
to
they give
distinguish,
them.
That was why they gave them the nicknames.
Yeah.
There might be 3 Johns or 5 Johns
Yeah.
or whatever.
Just like the name of Ryan out in Newport. They all have a
Yeah, and
nickname.
in Wales it
Yeah.
seems to have all
Yeah.
different
Because
names.
there's so
like that
many
in
of them
Wales,
there,
there's so
you
many
know, in the one
same
area.
names, yeah.
What
Dad
did
had, had no nickname.
No, he didn't.
Huey, no.
He just went as Huey.
Hugh,
Yeah. Huey, yeah. My uncle was Yakka then.
Yakka?
No wonder he didn't call.
Why
Where did he get
Yakka?
that name?
I don't
Yakka?
know.
No.
Yeah.
What was his actual name?
John.
John Fitzgerald.
Sure,
Yeah.
Tommy would
Yakka.
know where the Yakka came from, wouldn't he?
Which we always taught Tommy was Tommy and his John.
I didn't know. I never knew it was John
No,
now.
but the Yakka, some nickname, he'd know
But
where the
Tommy,
nickname came
you have
from.
him down as John. We
Yeah.
always called
Called
him
him
Tommy.
Tommy.
I never
But your
didn't know
Jack
he was
was
John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
How could it be 2
How
Johns?
could be 2 Johns in one family?
Jack is John.
Jack is John.
yeah.
Are you sure Tommy is John? Jack is John.
Yeah, his John is John. And
That's-
he was on
Are you sure it's Tommy?
Yeah, he was on the paper. He was on the paper there a while ago in a photograph with the
If he had a
butchers as
brother
well.
John, how would he be John?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you know what's going on with John? Do you remember Olive?
He's
You got
John.
married, I was going with John.
We are?
Jack. Yeah, Jack Fitz.
Oh, Jack, yeah.
Yeah, he's John.
That's John. Jack
Yeah,
is
he's
John.
Jack is John.
Jack is the same age as
You
me.
had-
That's right, Hilda was
Same
going
age
with
You
him,
had
yeah.
Tommy, you
Yeah.
had Tommy, you had Jack, you had Huey, and what's the other fella's name?
Davy.
Davy. Yeah.
Davy died as well,
It
didn't
must
he?
be
Yeah.
John. and his
Huey is
brother
the
John.
only one that's left.
I must ask him that the next time I meet him. Why? He
Well,
is
Tommy
John.
is Tommy and
Oh,
Huey.
Tommy, I forgot about Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
Tommy,
two
yeah.
died.
Because I hadn't seen him in years.
I see him
no,
very
that's-
often. Tommy's living
Tommy
down in
and
Garden.
Huey now were at the meeting the last
Were
night.
they?
The last night.
I
we
met
were
Hugh.
here.
I did meet Hugh.
Yeah,
Tommy
I
wasn't
was
here.
here. Tommy
Tommy
was
was.
here. Tommy was here, yeah. Do you remember he told us Teresa was going into, she was after having an operation.
I remember
Yeah.
Huey being here now.
I didn't meet
I
her
hadn't seen him
since.
in years.
Yeah.
He's always round. I used to meet Jimmy Buckley every Friday.
Yeah.
He died, didn't he?
Died a few weeks ago. Yeah. He had cancer.
Larry Jogan was there that night.
Larry,
Yeah, Larry,
And,
I met Larry now.
Larry.
Jimmy works in
Ryan.
I like Larry.
There was a lot here.
Close,
now.
close.
I'm meeting Larry
It
on
was
Monday.
his name, his
Yeah,
brother
he's
works in
lovely,
America.
Larry.
Timmy Boy.
Jimmy Boy.
Isn't
Larry's
he?
father.
Larry Dublin, he was
He will-
lovely.
Larry's lovely. Larry.
He wanted to
Well,
show me
Timmy
something
Boy's
in the
father
Mechanics
now,
Institute.
the older
And he
man.
said he
Timmy.
interviewed the
He was Timmy as well.
Timmy
so-
Boy, yeah.
The girl Larry
No, not Timmy
married.
Boy. The father.
Oh, Timmy.
Timmy, he was
Timmy,
the older
yeah.
man.
The
He
girl
used to-
Larry married, where was she? Where did he meet her?
Can I ask?
She wasn't working with us, no.
Who's that?
Larry
Some
who?
questions.
Larry Duggan.
Can I ask?
She was from the Ireland Field, wasn't she?
Larry Dublin.
No,
Larry
she's from
Duggins.
Valenti or Myrath, somewhere like that.
Oh, that's what's from the girl.
Sheila Hayes.
Sheila
She's
Hayes.
dead now.
She
She died.
yeah.
I was at her funeral. She lived
But
3
what's
years.
his name?
Sheila Hayes from Valenti.
Valenti.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
Larry now was in the senior forum.
He was. I was
supposed to-
in over there now that.
Were you at that? We were at a few of them. Now, Nancy and myself.
It's on
Myself
next
and Peter
Tuesday.
were there.
It's on next
What is
Tuesday,
it?
2 o'clock.
The senior forum.
To look after the senior citizens.
It's on next
About 2
Tuesday
years
at
ago, I'd
2
say.
o'clock.
We were over there.
Over
viewing
from
myself.
where?
The room just across the
just
way.
across the way.
In
That's
Town
how I
Hall.
thought it was on there. I thought it was on
And all
there
old people
today.
go there, is it?
Anyone can go there.
Yeah, our age.
It's
That's what I mean, yeah. That's what I mean, all right.
People all
All
Retired.
of the senior citizens.
All our age.
Retired people.
Yeah.
All our age.
All the old agers.
Can I ask you some questions from a gentleman who's working on a project for 2020? One of them is, do you remember any recipes for curing ham or making black pudding?
We wouldn't know anything about that.
That's okay.
That was
Tony used
up
to
to
cure
the
the
men.
hams actually.
Jerry Sheehan now would. Jerry Sheehan now would know that. He's a poor butcher if he came. Has he been with you?
No, I can check though if his name is there.
He used to make the puddings, the black puddings and white and sausages.
Okay.
So he would have the recipe
An
for
idea
that.
for that, or are you making the sausages, Nancy? Do you
Would you
know you'd
make
make it?
the sausages, but you'd
Only
link the
link
sausages.
them.
Link them,
You'd
yeah.
link them and pack them.
Danny Redden used to do just.
No, who'd you know?
Danny used to do the sausages before Jerry came in.
Yeah, but who'd you know used to make Duggan used to as well?
Oh, Mickey Duggan, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Danny.
He's alive, is he?
No, he
Oh,
died.
he died.
He died very
Oh,
young.
Yeah.
Stayed
But,
donkey's years.
Is there anybody alive that used to do the sausages?
Jerry Sheehan.
Jerry.
The other question
Nicky Duggan,
sorry.
fabulous whistler, used to sing, do you know, Nat and Cole. I'm a son of Mother Nature.
I have
son
Ger
of Father
Sheehan,
Time.
but I've no number for him.
He's living out in Cardagan.
Jerry Sheehan.
But
You'd get that in the phone
did
book?
Pat Sheehan?
You mightn't ask people that had their names in the phone
No,
book.
I don't
did
know.
Pat
Pat
Sheehan?
Sheehan, have you
Did
Pat?
Pat Sheehan?
From
You get it off his brother.
Pennywell.
No, I have Michael Sheehan.
Yeah, you'd get it off his sausages in the supermarket, wouldn't you?
Oh, Pat
No,
Sheehan, I
that's
do.
Michael
He
Sheehan.
worked in Matterson's.
They're different
Pat
Sheehan.
Sheehan, yeah.
He worked
No,
Matterson's?
no,
No.
he worked in
He might
Matterson's.
have worked in Matterson's as well.
No, he worked with us now.
They're
I
different
know, but he
Sheehan,
might have worked in
Sharon.
Matterson's
Yeah,
at some time.
Maybe.
We've gone back.
Where,
around
has he
and
any
has
address?
his address
No.
for him?
No.
Just Matterson's
Pat Sheehan.
44838.
Pat Sheehan. I don't know yet.
Might
Pat
be.
He only Pat Sheehan, no?
I could be, I don't know.
The other question he asked then was, how was the ham smoked? Was there something unique about the smoking of Limerick?
Don't you smoke, used to
No, the smokehouse.
We had nothing got to do with that.
No, that was
Maxie,
across the road in
yeah.
Amaris.
Maxie used to be over doing the
We had nothing got
smokehouse,
to do with the
No,
smokehouse.
no.
Maxie O'Brien.
It was across the
They had a
road. It was away from the
different- yeah, but
factory.
a
Different unit.
Yeah,
Just across the
So
road.
actually-
You
He's
were
a shop
sausages,
there now.
Nancy, wasn't it? And what did, I never asked you specifically what you actually did. You said you worked in the lard house at one
You
stage.
do all jobs, you get all different jobs.
You get on different jobs, but we worked on the scale, as they call it, now the shop.
Where the people have come in for the
People would come in for their offal.
But while the killing it'd be on now, we go to another different job.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
get sent upstairs to help out
Yeah,
wherever.
you'd have to do it.
You know.
I used to do the sick nurse and
And
kidney some
then
days now.
we used to do the hams. The girl would come down from the office, John Buckley would come down
Yeah.
from the office, and she'd give you a list of hams that she wanted. You weigh them up and you pack them, and you get the cooper then to come up and nail down the box and put, you know, that wire kind of thing around it. And he was a very disagreeable man. Oh, he was terrible. Very, very disagreeable.
Oh, he was. He never smiled or anything.
after
Never
him.
smiled. Never
He used to
smiled.
make
Just
the berries as well, isn't he?
He didn't.
He was
used
speak to no one.
Yeah, you're right. They'd
make
come and he'd just
Yeah.
put them together.
Frankie used to speak to me, right? And when I used to go down, he used to speak to Frankie. I never seen him speak to
What was his
anybody.
name?
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
He did.
He's wear a cat hat.
He didn't like.
He had glasses, hadn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Brown,
He didn't
brown
like
glasses.
women.
Look, you know, I didn't know.
He was never married, I'd
We
say.
said Joe. He lived with his sister there
Oh, was that
down Ellen Street. Yeah, but he was the type of a man that he'd do it in his time.
Yeah.
John Buckley would come down. I wouldn't she'd give us. I want so many hams. They're going out at 3 o'clock, and that time you had Mick Cusick and his brother Denny, and they had floats with horses,
Right, yeah.
big long float at the back, and they'd bring whatever they had to bring up to the railway station, you know, send it off different parts of Ireland. So she might come down at 3 o'clock and she'd say, I have a list here now with so many hams. We'd say 10 hams, and you had to weigh them and put them into boxes and put labels on. But then she might have 8 hams in one timber box.
Yeah.
And you had to go down then and tell him that
He was to do
there's
it.
8 hams going out at 3:30, and they have to go out at 3:30. Mick Cusick, Gunner, this to call him. Gunner will be waiting to take him to the railway. No way would he move
Do what he pleased
unless
like.
he felt like it.
Yeah.
He said,
You'd have to tell
it's
him
too
an
late.
hour beforehand.
It's too late.
It's just
It's too late. And they were often late. And then we'd fall in for it. They'd say, why didn't they go out?
But he used to work all the time. There used to take anytime you'd see
they'd
him, he
say,
was working. like.
why didn't they go out? And you just said,
Cross-looking.
Jack was late coming out. But they didn't take that. It was your fault then because he wouldn't work. You know, he used to get away with it.
He was funny very nice man. I don't think he's mixed with anybody, is he?
No. He used to speak to the men. He wasn't great with anyone. He didn't like the women at all. He just didn't like. You know, and wouldn't do it for you. Wouldn't help you out.
No.
You know.
Didn't believe in helping anybody.
It was snowing very heavy one day, and we were downstairs working as usual, and the lads used to come in, messenger boys, to be working for different shops.
The bicycles, you know,
and they'd come in, and they'd be fool acting, you know, pushing one another around the place, and 2 steps down to the door. Snow was thick outside the door now, and they came in and we just started throwing snowballs at one another. Next they rounded on the 2 of us and started hitting us with the snowballs, and we were screaming. Mickey American down, he kicked up murder. I'm on the phone, he said to such and such a fella in London for an order, he said, and they can hear you screaming, he said, over and over. We were soaking wet.
Oh, you look great.
We were soaking wet. He was hitting us. He didn't care about we'd been wet. Anything could have happened to us. They were gone.
It's too terrible. Justin knocked the clincher, didn't
Are you okay then?
Still.
Right.
Drink of water. Do you want a drink of water?
I can walk.
I just said the dust. Yeah.
There's no small drop of milk there. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Pull her down.
So it was you only had 2 pipes to keep you warm.
Just all inside the cloakroom.
There was no fire there.
No, that was the cloakroom. It was a really tiny little place. A little corner, really, and the
Do you remember the little cloakroom? You do, yeah.
The men were back to back with it.
Yeah.
If they were inside talking, you'd hear them on the other side.
There were the toilets.
Yeah, there were the toilets at the back.
The cloakroom. The cloakroom was above it.
I thought their cloakroom was in a different place altogether.
Their cloakroom was downstairs after the bed.
What was here? What was here?
There's the toilets.
The toilets are back to back. But the little thing that they made for us then was up in the large loft.
Jeez, I forgot all about Pauline Guiry being there. Believe that?
Yeah, just ask me.
I remember one day I went into the toilet, and I pushed the door in. Pauline was inside sitting in the toilet. She came out like big.
Oh, you go away on top of her.
Yeah, big lump. She came out. And she's like, I know.
Actually, Dennis asked me during the week. He said, "Is there anyone?" He said, "How many girls?" He said, "Are working." Many girls. He said, "Now would be working with you. Can you remember?" He said, "So any of them living?" And I was mentioning out a few. I forgot to mention you, Breeda.
I'm still going.
And I forgot Pauline Guiry.
Yeah.
I mentioned the Hazels.
I don't see him for a long time.
And the Hazels are still, aren't they? Pauline and not Pauline.
And Rosaline and Pauline. Did Pauline work there? She didn't know.
She did.
Did she work there?
But I named out a few. I forgot about you.
They were cousins of ours as well.
Irene Milan, that's right.
Irene, yeah. She's lovely, Irene.
I'll just have
some lovely girls there, but then there was a few young ones came in and they were very...
Patsy Callahan and Agnes.
Agnes
was singing all day. She was singing.
In work, was it?
Yeah, she was singing. But we were all singing. We were singing all day.
She was a lovely singer.
We learned every sound that was going on, all the songs.
Everybody was singing.
Yeah.
I couldn't sing because I have no voice.
It's great.
So while you're working, you just sing away.
Yeah.
But there wouldn't be...
We'd learn all the songs.
Behind your back all the time.
We'd go to the film set, we'd learn all the songs, you know.
You worked with another woman, what was her, Morgan? Was it
Breeda Morgan.
She lived near me.
She's dead now, she?
Oh, gee.
Yeah, 'cause she was old then. Well, I thought she was old.
She had one.
Because I was only 16
She
then.
had one.
And Mary O'Callaghan, her mother.
And her mother worked there.
Actually worked there.
Mother and daughter.
Her mother was alive now, she was about 150, which
Polly, do you remember Polly? Polly used to make salt. Do you remember she put salt into bags?
Yeah.
Salt bags, we used to call them. They'd be put into the socket of the pigs when they'd be gone out.
Yeah.
You know, for to preserve it. And she used to sit down in the corner, small little woman, did all the things. And we'd often be sent down to help her, you know, making the salt bags.
right.
Chris Ryan, was she was in the gut house as well, wasn't she?
She was my
godhouse, that's where
my
Breeda
godmother.
Breeda's in the godhouse. Oh my God.
She was my godmother and she was Alice's
she your
godmother.
godmother?
She was your godmother.
I know that. So I was supposed to get her. That's what she'd be telling me. She died. She left her. She was supposed to give me everything. When she died, everything was left to me and all that. I never knew she had another grandmother.
Oh yeah.
But her, she wouldn't give up crumbs.
She was always in St. Johannes, now your grandmother's.
That's right.
She lived around the corner.
I think she left all her money to the church.
My mother worked years ago and married with her. And then I worked with her in later years.
No.
I think she left all her money to the church.
What's her name?
Great girl in the
Tony
office.
Tony Punch.
Oh, she was. What was her name? Hackett or something like that.
Some girl in the office.
No.
She did all her business.
What was her name?
I'll get it for you in a minute, and I can't remember.
She did all her business for her.
Tony Punch did everything for her. And your one came in then and took over, so Tony
What was
left.
her name? I can see her now.
She came from Henry Street.
Yeah.
She lived with Breeda Hass's years ago.
That's right,
Yes,
yeah.
get on her with Wolf and Breida, she'd keep
Yeah.
it back week to week, you know.
And she'd have a club for buying
Buying jumpers.
jumpers.
Yeah.
She'd have a club. And
Machine
Chrissy
knit jumpers,
collect maybe a shilling every week. And you had the,
oh God,
the
she
jumpers
used to
paid
come
for.
to
Our house, the
She was,
whole
yeah.
time, Chris.
Collect the
Yeah,
shilling.
she
Winter,
lived
wasn't
around
she?
the corner in Mungo Street,
That's
St.
right,
Johannes
yeah.
when she lived
She would
in
be
there.
always in and out for buns,
My
biscuits.
aunt Mary was married to
Yeah.
my mother's uncle.
That's right, yeah.
So we all grew up together.
Oh, yeah.
And Mum, that was very,
Yeah.
it was the summertime and used to have no money, of course. And Paddy Murphy always had a few bob.
Always get
Paddy
money off-
Murphy's buys packet of chocolate.
Every
with
Monday.
buns.
We'd borrow the money off of Paddy and we'd send out for
Sweets.
ice cream. We'd pay him down on Friday and the following Monday we borrow it again.
Yeah. He was great, wasn't
What
he?
about the
That
day
was
the young
I've
fella
heard of
came
that.
along, we gave him the
I've
fiver to
heard
get the things
stories
for
about
him.
that.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. We used to give some of the messenger boys our money to go out and buy us something. And we give a fiver to one for the one
But
that
this
never
we
came
never
back.
knew.
Oh,
He just came along in the bar.
Fiver was a lot
We
that
go
time.
out.
Had the ice
We
cream
never
now or
saw
a
him
bottle of
again.
lemonade or something.
Paddy Hanrahan
Most of
then
the
used
ice
to give
cream.
it to us as well.
Paddy
do you
right,
was
remember?
the money. Paddy Murphy was the boiler man.
Mescal.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that was her
That's
name.
right.
Her
Yeah.
name.
Was it Claire?
Tony-
Was it Claire?
No. Tony left
Mara.
then over her because she went in and took over. And I said to Tony one day, I said, because she lived in Garryowen across.
Did she?
She got one of the little houses
Bungalows,
in
had she?
Garryowen. No.
No way.
Remember there's two little houses next door to the, what's his name, used to do all the alterations in the houses.
Galvin?
Galvin. There's two little houses, kind of dormer bungalows.
Yeah.
She was living in one of those. And I met Tony one day. It's met him near later then I met him one day and I said, I haven't seen you in ages over with Chris Ryan. He said, Hilda, I don't go there anymore. And I said, why? He said, can't think of her name now. It's Anne Meskel. He said, is doing it now. I said, oh, Anne Meskel from the office, yes, I said. So he said I wouldn't get involved with that.
That's right. It was her. I think she left. They were talking about the church, but then she got very great with her.
Yeah. And she had her legs amputated, you know.
Who
Chris.
Did she?
She had both her legs, yeah.
We should have been visiting her.
Sure,
We were
sure.
very bad godchildren,
I know.
weren't we?
Yeah, that's why you got nothing.
You'd be afraid to go to her. She was
Anne Meskel. Anne
Yeah,
Meskel.
that was it.
Can I ask you one more question? You kind of touched on it there. Did you go to the cinema or social events or anything? Was there any? You went to the cinema? You
We
mentioned
used to
anyway.
go to the cinema
Yeah.
The lyric
every
or
few
the
nights in
ride.
the week, and then you go up to the Crescent. There used to be shows on up there, and they'd have all the big shows, Oklahoma and all
Actually,
this.
I used to go.
And Jack Burke, the City
Oh, yeah.
Theatre used to have all
That's right,
Brendan
yeah.
O'Dowd
That's right,
and
yeah.
all the singers,
And then
we'd
in
all go there.
the Savoy cinema, you could book your
Yeah,
seat
for
your
Sunday
tickets for
night.
Sunday night.
And you get the same ticket every.
We booked seats.
You get the same tickets,
right,
but
yeah.
as you go at the same time, you'd have the same tickets every
Every
Sunday.
I used to go to the Carlton Picture House on a Sunday evening. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then we'd go to the, myself and Jimmy, and then we'd go to the Todsley's and that night. Killed over the, I speak killed over the dance.
Kayleys and John's.
Yeah,
remember?
the Grand Central.
St. John's.
I
Pavilion.
I remember there was a dance in St. John's one night, and
I
we were
love
talking
the
about Frank
dances.
Helen, now the Lord
Yeah.
mercy him. And it was a Christmas, it was coming up to Christmas time, you see, and it was one of these, what do they call it, your man would stand up with his back turned, you know, to give out prizes. What do they call those dances?
Quizmaster kind of, is it?
Yeah, what would they call the
Spot prizes.
Spot prizes. And your man stood up anyway, and his back turned, and he'd say, "Now take 4 steps." Oh no, fella,
Forward.
come down onto the floor.
Floor,
One of the fellas, but your man would say, "Take 4 steps now to the right," and your man would walk. and take 4 steps to the left, and the couple nearest. But I remember I was there with Frankie Keller, and the Lord mercy, he had me up dancing. He said, take 4 steps to the right, and Frankie followed him and dragged me with him. And take 4 steps to the 3 steps to the left, and Frank, I was mortified, we got the prize. I was mortified, we robbed it. I was mortified. I mean, that's just Frankie. I think it's put into your bed, bat cubes.
Oh, do you know what was as well? Brendan Colliby. Was he was in the butcher, though, was he?
He was.
He was.
His father worked with our fathers.
Oh,
and his uncle Willie.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
His father worked in Amaris.
He did. Tom. But he was left when we went in.
All right. Was that his uncle then in Janesborough?
Willie was his uncle. Yeah, Tom worked with my father, Brendan's father.
Were you part of any clubs with the factories or anything?
Clubs?
Yeah,
no.
like
makeup
badminton
clubs, kind of.
If someone collected money for makeup.
For makeup.
Yeah. We'd have, there was a club going one time, wasn't there, in the sausage house?
She meant like going out socialising with clubs.
Yeah, just like, did they organise any social events for you?
No.
Some people had like badminton or tennis.
No. We probably would have had the money to buy a bet.
Larry Duggan organised a few dances in later years. We were married then.
Yes.
And he had excursions to Galway he used to organise.
Yeah, we used to go on them now. That was about the size of our...
And we used to go with Jimmy Davis out
Jimmy Davis.
Horse and car.
Horse and float, we call it.
With Sean.
Horse and float.
And what was out there?
Out to Dunas, the Falls of Dunas in
Just
Castle College.
Just a day.
Like a flat truck, like a flat thing, and we'd all sit in the
the bench.
And
Did you ever help with the
big Shire horse?
Just while you went about the flat truck, did you ever help with the St. Patrick's Day floats or anything?
No.
The factories did.
Yeah.
The factories. The factories
Paying so much,
used to have advertising.
Yeah.
Advertising.
We never helped with
What you call it over there now? Cleves Bakery, or Cleves toffee and biscuits and things.
Yeah.
Are they still there?
No. It's belongs to the
that's what I was
milk crowd now.
So she was saying over there.
It's over there.
It's across the road,
There was thousands working there.
There was,
When we were working, when we were working now, we'd go to work, we'd say 20 to 8, quarter to 8 in the morning. And men and girls would be cycling, 4 abreast up the road, very few cars. And every man that you'd meet would whistle. And they'd be whistling all the latest songs. There's nothing like that now.
No. Nobody had cars, right?
And coming up the strand over there now, and coming up here this side, would say from ranks, thousands at 1 o'clock. All
we were the same, Mulber Street, packed out.
Nancy had a bicycle. Nancy used to cycle.
I used to cycle.
We had
I used to walk.
We used to leave them in there.
I used to walk up and
smokehouse.
That's right.
You were obviously all in the town, so
yeah.
We were.
I used to help with Hilda then as well.
Very good.
As we got older, wasn't it, kind of?
But great time.
We had good old times.
Great time.
Very good.
Lovely people. And
there's nothing like that going on all the times we had.
Everyone helped everybody.
Oh, they did, yeah.
No one had a great lot, you know.
No, you cheer what you
happy.
yeah. If you had money, you cheered your
left in the
friend.
door all day.
I remember Rosie Fitz and myself.
Key would be left in the door all day.
2 bicycles one year, and we paid, I think it was 5 shillings down.
Follow you for the rest.
No, for
What'd you say? Follow you for the rest.
it was a £0.5 every week. And
That's
we used to walk regular. It was a little shop up there in
Parnell
Street.
Street. Yeah, Mr. Quinn's.
Was that it?
We all got our bikes there.
Rosie got a blue one and I got a green one.
The racer ones.
And
The Dorothy there as well.
Sports ones.
I got mine down in Gerald Griffin Street from Maloney's.
Oh, yeah.
A Triumph bike.
Yeah.
And
they were great bikes.
She was the only one had bike.
Pay every week, yeah.
Every week you
That's where everyone
There's
got
a sense she's going
like
to
she was saying about the makeup club now. There would be a chemist down the end of Broad Street, and she used to have these makeup clubs. And you'd pay £1 a week.
That's right.
And after 10 weeks, then you'd have 10 shillings.
That was a lot that time.
And you'd go in then and you could get
Free makeup.
I
think you were great.
What was their pen stick every week, you know.
Remember the pen stick?
Pen stick.
Or birdie candle.
I
never wore it. Because anything just said that. Yeah, I never wore it.
Birdie Connolly's in
And do you
Broad
remember
Street.
William Street?
Oh yeah, and then she moved up to Parnell Street.
She did.
We used to buy our clothes there.
Do you remember William Street then? There's a flower shop there now just to do the knitted cardigans.
Yes.
Where?
Machine it.
Where?
In William Street, down from Roma. Do you know where the
Leanne's
the flower
there now,
shop
is
there
it?
now?
Oh, yeah, I do,
In there,
yeah.
Blossom Blooms or whatever it is there. You could get a jacket for there, and you get a jacket to Bulger Stores.
Bulger Stores, that's
sheet
right.
of stamps.
I remember them as well as anything, and just to be
the
5
stamps.
shillings, 10 shillings, yeah, 1 shilling.
And you could go in and you pay weekly then. You know, great. Beautiful clothes that time. Actually, the clothes coming back again now are the ones we used to wear.
They are, yeah.
Because we'd keep all our
In
clothes.
the 60s now.
And I had some lovely clothes that I liked.
Yeah. Remember the big skirts with the net under them?
Yeah.
I'll turn
the
these
standing
off,
out.
I'd say, right? I'll turn these off. So.
The standing out skirt.
Thanks, ladies. Thank you.
Move anyway.